Hello everybody and welcome back to round 3 of our 2012 Formula 1 career. Today we head to China, the Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix. If you've missed the first 2 episodes, go back and check them out. We've had a really solid start. Spoiler alert, we finished both races in the same position, 14th place, which is fantastic. If you watched the 2011 playthrough, you'll know the start of Season 1 was P19 Simulator, where we finished 19th every single race. This seems to be 14th place simulator. But we are behind my teammate Pedro De La Rosa in the championship. Speaking of the championship, let's check out the championship standings going into this round. It's Michael Schumacher leading the way, who has had a win and a top 5 to his name this season. Mark Webber in second place, with Alonso, the winner of the Malaysian Grand Prix, up to 3rd place. We currently sit all the way down in 18th place in the championship, like I said, behind my teammate De La Rosa, after he finished in 13th in Malaysia. Into the Constructors' Championship, HRT sit down in 10th place, with Red Bull the new leaders of the championship ahead of Mercedes. Objectives for Shanghai, 18th in the qualifying and 15th in the race, which I do not think is going to be possible unless we see some crazy things happen with the AI losing wings and whatnot that they usually do. And there seems to be no risk of rain, as Andy Knight is introducing us to the Teammate Challenge. How do we see the teammate challenge? That's interesting. Tyre wear after Kuala Lumpur as well. That the tyre wear after the race seemed pretty good. Okay, thank you for that. And that's the information from last race. We started in 20th, which was below... Sorry, we started in 24th, didn't we? We were so slow, which was much below the qualifying objective. But the race objective was met quite comfortably in the end, with Alonso dominating the weekend. Just before we get into the race weekend, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and let's jump in to the Chinese Grand Prix. So this is the teammate challenge, and right now we're losing to De La Rosa. We've outraced each other once apiece, outqualified once apiece as well, but he's had the faster laps in the races, so we're already losing the teammate challenge. And in this practice session we have our first R&D objective, which we'll give a go as soon as I set up the car. You have to do 5 laps, a cumulative lap time. So you have to meet 9 minutes and 22 seconds over 5 laps to get a 5% increase front downforce. That seems a bit excessive. Lap 1 complete. Lap 2 complete. You guessed it, lap 3 complete. I think we'll easily meet the target time. And just one more lap to go. And the time's looking pretty good as well. We're ahead of the other back markers. I know it's only practice, but a good sign. And there we go. That is the R&D objective done. Hopefully it saves that progress. I remember in 2011, I think, you'd do an R&D objective and it would just continuously ask you to do it every race. And it never saved. Qualifying for the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit in perfect sunny conditions. Now we know the objective is 18th or above, which is not going to be possible. You think about it, if I'm best of the rest, as in best of the Marussia, Caterham, HRT teams, I'll be 19th. Unless something happens, I don't think we're going to get 18th place. Here we are, about to start my first lap in qualifying. There is a bit of traffic. I've gone out at the start of the session. I will give it my all. Getting passed by Daniel Ricciardo on my qualifying lap. He better not hold me up into this hairpin. He's going to hold me up, isn't he? Not a bad lap, though. Not a bad lap. A 140 flat. And that's better than De La Rosa. Not as good as Kovalainen, though. I've tried to go for a second lap here, but look at the traffic into turn 6. That's ridiculous. And up towards the line, it was a good improvement. It's a 40 flat again. We're ahead of Petrov. Still behind Kovalainen, though. 7 minutes to go, and Kovalainen is in 19th place right now. A 10th ahead of me, so he's the objective. I'm not going to get Massa in 18th. Why is Massa in 18th? Massa is so bad on this game. We are ahead of De La Rosa, though, by 9/10 of a second. That's good. But we do want to be best of the back markers. So let's go out and see if we can improve. I was down on the first 2 sectors on this lap, and it's not an improvement. I lost 6/10 in the final sector. We have one final attempt at this. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, De Resta. Well, my final attempt has been ruined by Paul De Resta. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. 20th in the end. I feel like I could have found a 10th. We could have been ahead of Kovalainen. At least we outqualified De La Rosa. But we're slower than the Caterham of Kovalainen. Usually, I think our race pace is slightly better, though. So I'm not too worried. Massa got knocked out. It seems no AI drivers improve on their second runs or third runs. They sort of just stagnate after the first run. He's disappointed in me. He is. I'm disappointed in me as well. No, blame the rest. It wasn't my fault. Oh, that's cool. We got the new aero package for HRT already. Apparently. Is it? Oh, I think we tested it in practice, didn't we? And we're using it now. Here we go then. Race day at the Shanghai International Circuit. No cloud in sight. Sebastian Vettel on pole position. The Red Bull leading the way at the front. Button second. Schumacher up in third with Grosjean alongside him. Then it's Alonso and Hamilton. Webber, Rosberg. Kobayashi up in ninth with Raikkonen rounding out the top 10. 11th place for Pastor Maldonado. Paul de Resta, new number 1 enemy of the season, starts in 12th place ahead of Verne, Senna, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Perez, Massa, random, Massa in 18th place. And then we know the rest of the grid from there on. And I think it's 26 laps is the race. 28 laps, starting on the options, going to lap 12 for the primes. We'll go normal on the race fuel strategy. Let's get this one underway. Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 2012 Chinese Grand Prix is next. My car's pointing towards the wall on the right-hand side, which might be a bad omen. 5 lights are on, though, and we are underway here for the Chinese Grand Prix. And what a launch I've got there. Already side by side with Kovalainen. And then in the second phase, once again, we lose all the positions. No surprise there. I'll send it into turn 1, try and not make contact with Timo Glock, who's very aggressive on the inside. There's Petrov on my outside. You just can't see him. He's off on the camera. Kovalainen, what are you doing, mate? Thank you for the position. Look at Glock steaming around the outside there to try and overtake Ricciardo and Perez. He's not been able to do it. And now on the run down to turn 6. Okay, let's just calm down a second. Calm down a second, please, guys. Let's just chill out, okay? What in the world has just happened? We've gained no positions from that. Kovalainen tried to overtake Senna, who's missing his front wing. I think the Marussia drivers crashed together. I'm pretty sure my teammate De La Rosa was involved in that as well. No sign of a yellow flag, bear in mind. No safety car. And that's lap 1 complete. 18th place. It's good. 19th place is the objective in the race now after we failed the qualifying objective. Every single back marker, apart from me, is in the pits right now. And we got a yellow flag. Oh, and there's a car facing the wrong way. That's Nico Rosberg. It does say no overtaking, but they were stationary, so I assume that's okay. Ricciardo slowed down as well. And another yellow flag. And it's happened again. And there's carbon fibre on the floor as well. Perez. And who is this? Massa, I assume? Felipe Massa going nice and slow. Oh, wait. It's still a yellow flag zone. I just got a penalty. Oh, my gosh. I was wondering why they were going so slow. Well, Massa was going slow anyway. Right, we have to serve a drive-through. I'll serve it right now on the end of lap 3. First penalty of the season. We'll rejoin here in 19th place behind Timo Glock. So at least we're going to get some action on track. Just out of DRS range, but we are gaining down the straight. I've put it in rich mix. Glock going defensive. We'll pick the outside line if we can brake enough and not lock up the tyres. Round the outside we go. Timo Glock, the German, defending on the right-hand side. It's Marussia versus HRT as we run side by side into that final corner. I've hit the bollard, but I've got the position. Next up is Heikki Kovalainen. 6 seconds adrift of me right now. Adrift? Can you say adrift if I'm behind them? 6 seconds further up the road. Going to be under pressure here, though, from Glock because he's definitely within a second of me going into this DRS zone. Although I think he's actually really slow on the straight. We're okay. We're fine. Gap's coming down to Kovalainen a little bit. Schumacher now leads the race. He's overtaken Vettel. I just heard the crowd gasp, so somebody's just lost the front wing. That's the best indicator I've got to know if somebody's actually crashed. Oh, hello. Felipe Massa, where have you come from? I did just see a wing on the outside of that corner as well. Bloody hell. He's got a bit of pace, hasn't he? He is in a Ferrari. You going to make an overtake? He's going to make an overtake. There he goes. He's getting the slipstream. Fighting back. Okay, see ya. I think Kovalainen's just gone into the pits. So we should be back up to 18th place. Yeah. Kovalainen in the pits. Oh, and somebody else in the pits as well. Rosberg. So we're 17th. And here comes Nico Rosberg after his pit stop to move past me. And I'm back down to 18th place. Bruno Senna now behind. So we might slip down to 19th. And now here goes Bruno Senna to relegate me down yet another position. Glock right now ahead of Kovalainen, so I don't think Glock's pit yet. But all those drivers who did go into the pits on lap 8 and 9, are they on a 2-stop rather than a 1-stop? And there's yellow. Oh, look on the minimap in the bottom left. Somebody's gone straight on at the hairpin. And they're rejoining. Is that Massa? He's still alive? That's incredible. As we're going to box from 19th place, almost pull a Hamilton as we bring it in. And the prime tyre is going onto the car to carry me the remaining 16 laps. I'll probably be lapped by that point, so 15 laps left, most likely. To be rejoined behind both... Oh, actually, only Kovalainen and Glock's pit the same lap as me. And overcast conditions suddenly on the circuit. Are we going to see some rain? 15 minutes until light rain hits the circuit, so we will see a sprinkling during this race. I saw a comment on, I think, episode 1 about how rain works in this game. It works slightly different to some of the other Codemasters games that we've played so far. Kovalainen's 7 seconds up the road, so the gap between me and him has sort of remained the same between the stints. I think he's on a 2-stop strategy. Kovalainen's pulling away from me, but my race engineer told me he's into the pits in the next few laps, so he's definitely on a 2-stop strategy. Only 10 minutes away from the light rain now. Maybe it'll hit in the... around lap 22, maybe? And that's Alonso, the race leader, so Michael Schumacher no longer the leader. Bloody hell. Why did they do that? It's like they stay really close behind you and only slightly move over with DRS. Yeah, I've got a train of them now. That's Michael Schumacher. I'll let them all through, yeah, down this back straight, I think. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Almost took Schumacher out the race, as they've all gone past me now. Kovalainen's done really well. He's almost pulled a pit stop gap to me. It's about 16 seconds right now. And he's still not gone into the pits. Grosjean and Webber lapping me there. Webber, well, just Red Bull in general are just not great on this game, are they? We know how good Webber's been in 2010. And 2011, honestly, he was really good as well. Just not the same on this one. And Kovalainen just rejoining as I'm getting lapped by Raikkonen. And suddenly, the chance of rain has disappeared because the blue skies are now back out. The clouds are dissipating. If I didn't make that clear, we are ahead of Kovalainen. So we're in 19th place. That's the objective in this race. Oh, no, it is raining. It is raining. I see rain. I was told about this. Like phantom rain or something like that. Where the blue skies will be out and it'll just start raining anyway. And apparently it'll get very slippy in about 3 or 4 minutes. The rain is intensifying, I think. It's so hard to see because it's so bright. With, you know, the sun and the little amount of cloud. But the rain is there. And to make matters worse, Kovalainen on the option tyres is right behind me. And he's lifting off for a blue flag. Okay. I thought he broke down. 3 laps to go for me. The rain is still intensifying. It's not going to get wet enough for intermediates, I don't think. And here it comes. Heikki Kovalainen. Do I even need to defend? I'll defend, just in case. He's going to go to the outside for the hairpin, but he's not going to brake later than me. And I hold the position for now. 2 laps to go, though. Bloody hell, he's quick. Needs to defend the inside into turn 1. No way he goes around the outside there. And the rain stopped, so that did not last long at all. No intermediate tyres or wet tyres required. We're on the final 2 laps of this race. Grosjean suddenly the driver in front of me. Interesting. Is he out of the race? Oh, he is. I think he is. Yes, 23 drivers left in the race. Kovalainen once again to the outside for turn 1. We've started the final lap now. We need to hold on to this place. And Fernando Alonso wins his 2nd race of the season. I think Michael Schumacher's up in the podium places as well. I hope he is. As we exit the final corner for the final time, it's going to be 18th place. We met the target objective after the poor qualifying session. I suppose we have to be happy with that result. Alonso leads home Schumacher, 1st and 2nd. Sebastian Vettel slips to 3rd, but claims a podium place. Then it's the 2 McLarens, Button ahead of Hamilton. Mark Webber 6th. Kamui Kobayashi scoring good points for Lotus. Not Lotus, Sauber. Lotus, Kimi Räikkönen, 8th place. Maldonado back in the points for the first time since the first race of the season. And De Resta picks up a singular point. That means Verne and Hulkenberg miss out. Ricciardo misses out as well. Rosberg down in 14th. Massa 16th whilst his teammate wins the race. Romain Grosjean did DNF late on, but he's still classified above some of the other drivers, which is really annoying for my Excel documents, but we'll have to accept that. We finished ahead of my teammate by almost a whole lap. Although my fastest lap was the slowest by far. My fastest was a 44.8. My teammate's was a 43 flat, which is concerning. Lewis Hamilton got fastest lap of 38.324. And the result means Michael Schumacher still leads the championship. Alonso, though, very close behind with 2 victories out of 3 races. Then it's the 2 Red Bulls. Mark Webber ahead of Vettel. Kimi Räikkönen up in 6th, splitting the 2 McLarens. Kobayashi's had a great start to the season. So has Maldonado as well. My result today means I'm still behind De La Rosa because his best result is a 13th place finish. And Red Bull extend their lead at the top there ahead of Mercedes. Ferrari and McLaren tied in the battle for 3rd place right now, but I'm sure they're all going to be within the fight for the Constructors' Championship this season. I got a handshake from F1 2011 Bold Guy, so I'd call that a success. I love the title of this, Driver versus Driver. Ooh, wow. Thank you everybody for watching round 3 of this season. The next round will be the Bahrain Grand Prix round 4. I think we can consider that race a success, although it wasn't as high as the finishing position in rounds 1 or 2 because of less, retirements or crazy mishaps from the AI. But we finished ahead of all the other back markers, clear of my teammate De La Rosa. Race pace, though, especially our fastest laps in the race, is a concern. We're not very fast. I think we were the slowest out of everybody there. Even Timo Glock had a faster lap than me. Well, we'll see how the season develops. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you all in round 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Goodbye.